You are in pursuit. Every session of Interceptor begins with a pursuit. We smash cut into the cabin of a vehicle, bombing down the highway, hands on the wheel, and we sort out exactly what happened and why you're here later. Like every good chase movie, you start immediately in the car, moving at unsafe speeds. For a pursuit, there are a few things we need to calibrate to start us off. First, how far away are they? So we can see here, Mother Hen called in sector H3, and that is represented by this card. In the normal course of play, I would draw their sector code randomly. Okay. Right? I would draw from the deck. But for the purpose of the demo, we've got it set up sector H3, and so you're in sector D6. It's 1, 2, 3 sectors from you, so that is their lead distance. So we set their lead distance to 3.
Okay.
That is how far away they are. Now, like in any good cop or car chase movie in the 70s, there's always the tension of them getting away, of managing to get into a truck or a barn or outside of your jurisdiction or something along those lines. So we call that their escape window. How much time do you have to catch them before they're gone? For the purposes of the demo, we set the escape window at a very tight 3. Meaning, you have to win 3 heats, 3 rounds of pursuit in a row in order to overtake them.
Okay.
Now, you have certain advantages here. I'm not going to lie. So, to play a pursuit, we're going to move these to the side a little bit here. To play a pursuit, we use a traditional card game mechanic similar to 21. Each hand is called a heat in this case. Mm-hmm. To win the heat, you need to have the highest hand without going over your top speed. If you look at your vehicle, you'll see that you have a top speed of 200 kph.
Respectable.
Respectable, indeed. Now, you'll see that my top speed is 170 kph. You definitely have more in your engine than I do. You'll also note that the 20 is underlined, 17 is underlined. That is your hand limit, hand size limit in Interceptor. So rather than playing 21, you're playing 20.
Okay.
And I have a 17. So I have a serious handicap here. I cannot go over 17 and stay in the game. Now, if you do exceed your top speed, well, certain things might happen. But yeah, you have a significant advantage here. So you also have a supercharger for the card, and we'll get to that when it comes up. It's something that you can engage for a little boost. To begin a pursuit, we have established the escape window and the lead distance, and to begin the first heat, any heat in a pursuit, we perform what is called the rolling start. The director will deal 1 card to each officer driver in the pursuit and then 1 to themselves. In Interceptor, we have split the deck between numbers and aces and faces. So in a pursuit, the officer's rolling start comes from the numbers deck. And this card is dealt face down.
Okay.
The director's card comes from the aces and faces deck. If my top speed is 170 or higher, which it is, I deal this face up. Now, how do you get more cards? The number of times you can hit or call for a card is indicated by your vehicle's acceleration. So the Pursuit Special has an acceleration of 2, so you can add up to 2 cards. You can accelerate twice. My acceleration is also 2, so I can take up to 2 cards.
Now, can I look at this?
You may look at this card. To accelerate from the numbers deck, you will press your palm flat on the table. If you would like to accelerate from aces and faces, you will make a shifting motion.
Okay. And I do that now.
You accelerate first. Yep.
Shifting.
All right. So this card is dealt to you face up.
Okay.
Oh, Ace of Diamonds. I will take a card. So I am numbers. So just like in 21, an ace is worth 1 or 11, a face is worth 10, and the numbers cards are by the value indicated.
Okay. So I get to choose. That's important.
Yep.
I would like to draw one more card. What was the hand signal for normal numbers? Brakes.
Accelerator.
Accelerator, sorry.
Accelerator.
Great. Accelerate. Okay. And that's my max hand, right? Can only take 2 cards.
That is it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Unless something else comes up. But generally that is it. But I've got to go. I've got to draw. This is fascinating.
That looks bad.
That's bad. Fantastic. All right, so let's call.
Okay. I squeezed out a 20.
Well done. I squeezed out a 20 as well. However, it is not a tie, right? 20 on 20. Your top speed is 200 kph, or 20 in this case. My top speed is 170 kph, or 17 in this case. So I have busted. I have hit what is called an MVA in the game, a motor vehicle accident. So what happens in the event of an MVA? Now, there's 2 different ways of handling an excess of speed in a pursuit. And they're different for an officer's vehicle, protagonist stuff versus NPC stuff here. In this case, I am a non-officer involved MVA, and the rule is called extreme close-up eyes. So the first thing we need to do is generate the vehicle's momentum. To generate momentum in a pursuit, we flip the rolling start cards and the acceleration cards, supercharger cards over. You can do this too, yeah. So, and this indicates that my momentum for this heat is 3 at the moment. It's a little dangerous. And then I subtract my handling. So my handling is 1. What have I? Oh no, I'm in trouble. My handling is 1. This is great. So you have to imagine now. This is a car with it looks real nice, has sleek lines, moderately fast engine, but just does not have the handling to control its speed. It is a car for
Corvette in the rain.
Middle-aged men wanting to feel good about their life decisions. So this card is discarded.
Does it matter what you discard, or are we just counting cards now and not the faces?
We are just counting cards. And does it matter? Yes. For you, for me, not so much. I have 2 unaccounted for momentum. Now that means that the first thing that happens is they encounter a road obstacle, or something maybe a car pulls out in front of them and the driver is forced to swerve. And they have the beginnings of their incident here. The number of cards is added as stress. So they both get +2 stress. And you could look on your tracker where that would put you. That would put you up to 5. Civilians have a lower stress tolerance than officers. They suffer a collision. The driver momentarily loses control of the vehicle and collides with another vehicle or roadside obstacle. Reduce the vehicle structure by 1 point per the difference between handling and momentum. So their structure is 2. And so the structure absorbs both of these points of momentum.
Okay.
But this means they hit something hard. Every vehicle has 4 main stats: top speed, acceleration, handling, and structure. Structure is how much damage the vehicle can absorb before additional damage reaches the driver and passenger, as well as the vehicle's other systems. Once structure is reduced to 0, both drivers and passengers take damage, and handling and acceleration take damage. The damage doesn't reach the interior of the cabin. If the damage was in excess of structure, then something would go through the windshield, or it would be a much bigger wreck. But in this case, I think that someone pulls out in front of them, they swerve into oncoming traffic, and then they just shear into a truck or something and just rip the fender off, rip the grill with it, the window spiders, and the rear view mirror goes scattering. So now 2 excess momentum is absorbed by the 2 structure. Their structure is 0. What does this mean? They lose the heat. You close the lead distance on them. You win, they lose. But here, since they exceeded their top speed, they don't get the benefit of the escape window shrinking. So now you have closed the lead distance, but kept the escape window.
So there's a tug of war between these two cars in a pursuit, or cards in a pursuit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes they will be in lockstep, ticking down. Sometimes they'll be, moving back and forth. At the end of each heat of a pursuit, you take one card from your rolling start, acceleration, or supercharger, and you place it face down on your momentum track.
No matter which,
Doesn't
or
matter.
strategy.
If you would like to play a longer game, put aces and faces in the momentum. Thank you so much for doing this with me today. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start this like I start every demo of Interceptor, and I'm going to read you in.
Read me in.
I'm going to read you in. The news on the telly paints a grim picture of conflict across the globe. Nation threatening nation over oil and trade. Temperatures rising, millions displaced. But that is all a world away. In your sectors, scoot jockeys harass citizens, steal petrol, and cause bulk trouble. As prices rise and violence becomes commonplace, you watch friends and neighbors flee to faraway cities. But you don't rattle easily. You've determined to stay and do your job, at least for now. You are an officer in the Special Patrol Group, responsible for highway safety and speed limit compliance. Your patrol sectors stretch from Sun City to the borders of the prohibited zone. Over the past few years, your job has shifted from issuing speeding tickets to holidaying motorists to chasing down gangs of glory riders who prey on the vulnerable and the unwary. Today, you are about to ride out into what may be your final tour with the SPG. Interceptor is a role-playing game about working your job and living the life you dreamed of as the world around you pulls apart at its seams. Will you protect those you are sworn to, or will the stress and trauma of this life transform you into what you hate? The outlook of Interceptor is the stark science fiction future as imagined by the people of 1979. Shortages, overpopulation, petrol crisis, and the looming threat of nuclear war. There are no cell phones, no internet, no social media. Heavy cars barrel along neglected highways at unsafe speeds. It's a branch of the future that humanity turned away from, but one that Interceptor accelerates into. Interceptor's tone is one of bleak humor, contrasted with blistering action and high-octane emotion. While the protagonists of Interceptor are police, the stories the game creates are not police procedurals. This game is about the tension between ideals, duty, and fraying emotion. It is a grim satire about the absurdity of life in a crumbling society. Keep your verbals short. Interceptor is not a game about resolving problems through extensive dialogue or conversation. Cut the chatter, keep the channel clear, go with your gut.
Okay.
Great. So now we're going to recruit your officer. In front of you, you'll see a profile ticket for your officer. That little ticket there is what you're all about. Let me frame this for you. Due to a drastic rise in road incidents and the ensuing public outcry, the province's commissioner formed the Special Patrol Group a few years ago as a Special Operations Police Task Force, split from Main Force Patrol Command. Initially, officers were handpicked to make the transfer, primarily based on their handling of high-speed pursuit incidents. Most of those old-timers have since been chewed up by the rat circus. Dead or gone. Today, budget cuts and attrition have reduced the SPG to a skeleton crew, so they're taking anyone they can get. Sign up today to drive fast, collar drunk hoons, and chase down terminally crazy scoot jockeys. You can see here that there are 3 ranks: probationary, highway patrol, and pursuit specialist. So since you're on your own, probationary officers require accompaniment from a higher ranked officer, so
Okay.
they are off the table for you. So you can choose between a highway patrol or pursuit specialist.
I think I'll start with the highway patrol.
Highway patrol is a bit of a generalist, well-rounded. Pursuit specialist is, as they say, a specialist in one aspect of the job.
Okay.
So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to check off your rank. If we were doing the quick start version of this, where we just wanted to jump in and play immediately, you could just flip this card over and play from here. Play this character as noted on this card. Since you're an old hand at role-playing games and we want to kind of show everyone how this all works, we're going to do the full recruitment process.
Okay.
SPG trains each officer in the following: force, pursuit, community relations, and procedure. diamonds, pursuit, clubs, force, hearts, community relations, and spades, procedure. So you can see that you have a number associated with each training, so we'll just transfer them onto your ticket. All right, let's choose your chariot. There are 3 vehicles available to SPG officers. The Quaka KZ-100, a rugged, fast motorcycle. The Pursuit Special, which is the standard vehicle in the motor pool. There's a few of these, and then there's one singular Interceptor. Now, since this is a demo, of course, if you want to play the Interceptor, I'm not going to say no to that.
Okay. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to enter the force at the normal level in the Pursuit Special.
Great. There you are. So you're going to check off that you are taking a Pursuit Special out of the motor pool.
All right.
So now your armory certification. Each officer carries a baton. In addition, they are certified in a firearm that matches their methods. They may select one and mark it on their profile. The example character, right, the card indicates a 38, which you could take, or you could choose one of the other certifications.
I see. So you get a baton no matter what? It comes pre-checked.
Correct.
So when things really go south, time for the baton.
Baton time.
Okay.
All right, so you have 3 stress, which we've marked off, and that number will fluctuate during play. And to show the history of the officer and the officer's experience, we indicate that the officer has been traumatized by something on the job or in their life. So you can select one of the traumas from the list there, and you'll see that they're divided into kind of physical on the left and mental on the right.
Oh, it's too... Some of these are too juicy. I will just read aloud because this is fun. Amnesia. Anxiety. Depression. Migraines, which sounds right up my alley. Nausea. PTSD. Amnesia is for another game. Let's go migraines.
Migraines, check it off. As you experience additional trauma, or if you experience additional trauma in the game, you'll be checking off more traumas.
Okay, great.
And once you max out your traumas, then depending on how and when your officer is removed from the game, it can be a smooth parting in which you retire from the force because you can't take it anymore, or it can be a fiery departure in the midst of a wreck. Each officer has a given name and family name, as well as a handle or nickname. So your name is how your friends and family refer to you. Your handle is how other officers refer to you and how you are singularly referred to on the radio. And then your call sign, you're like, well, what's the difference? Your call sign is the name of your vehicle.
Okay.
So, for example, Jim Raines, who's a highway patrol officer, his handle is Goose and his call sign is Gosling 1.
Carl Wilson.
Carl.
Handle. Torque wrench.
Nice. Call signs include ideas like Big Bopper or March Hare or Gosling 1. You could split your handle and you could be Torque and Wrench in your call sign. Or call sign could be Nuts and Bolts, Socket. I don't know.
Okay, gotcha. It should be something that's easy to blurt out on the radio.
Correct.
We'll call it Chains. Chains is my call sign. With a Z.
With the Z.
Yes.
All right.
Zed.
SPG officers wear a black riding jacket modified with additional protective structure, black rip and rash resistant leggings, and black heavy-duty calf-height boots. In addition, they wear a bronze SPG badge. Helmets are strictly optional. While officers must wear a regulation uniform, they each bring their own style to their role. Choose an item or bit of flash, mirror shades, a skull tattoo, a cross on a chain, a feather earring, a red bandana, a pilot's silk scarf, or something else.
Okay. I wear a bowler.
Great. Write it down. That's a first I've seen in the Flash. So Flash is in the center there. Yeah. The first thing that we do with a new officer is we code them in. So when you are on the radio, you don't talk to the hall captain, your boss. You talk to the dispatcher at the Hall of Justice. So dispatcher's name is Mother Hen. Handle, rather. They don't have a call sign, they have a handle. Whenever you are on the radio, you're going to speak to Mother Hen. Cops love to talk in code. SPG is no different. Code carries a lot of weight and can be interpreted no less than 6 ways in the game. The first way is as a 10 code, and you can see you have a 10 code reference there. You are going to give a 10-1 to Mother Hen. So it asks for a sector, right? So you can start perhaps in sector D6, maybe just dropping off somebody at the prison in D6.
Prison in D6, okay.
So you're going to give your call sign, the 10 code, and your sector.
All right, Mother Hen, this is Chains. I'm 10-1.
Sector.
Oh.
10-1 sector.
10-1 in D6. 10-1 in D6.
10-13 Chains. Got a hot one for you. Have a 7C in progress, sector H3. 7C abduction in progress, sector H3. Double urgent.
I'm on my way.
So you're going to 10-13, you're going to acknowledge the call, and then you're going to respond with your action, right? You're going to respond that you are 10-6.
I am 10-6.
Go get him.
It's funny that 10-4 is pulled over.
These are Australian.
10-6, Mother Hen.
Go get him, Chains. Filling station attendant reports abduction. Suspect is Caucasian male, middle-aged. Victim, female, teenager, Caucasian. Suspect vehicle, a gold Falcon GT with brown racing stripes. You are in pursuit. All right, so let's do the second heat. Officer driver receives their rolling start from the numbers deck face down. I receive aces and faces face up. Do you wish to accelerate? So you can numbers or aces and faces. All right. So this you and your aces, and then numbers. Numbers. Ooh, it's not the end.
It's not the end.
All right. I'm also going to accelerate from the numbers.
Also doesn't look good.
It's not my day. All right. Let's call.
All right.
I have a 19. 16. Okay. Oh, so close. Could have won that one,
Yeah.
but I did not. In fact, it gets worse. So now I've exceeded my top speed again. Same process. I'm flooring it, right? You have to imagine, I'm not accelerating once, I'm accelerating twice. So I'm really pushing the vehicle. I'm trying to go as fast as possible. And this is represented by the excess momentum, right? If I was able to just be cruising along with two, my momentum would be less. But here I'm moving at unsafe speeds. And now momentum from the previous heat is added to your current momentum. So now my momentum is 4. Try to avoid the slow vehicle moving onto the highway. I shear into a truck, ripping the left side of the vehicle off, or maybe right side. This is Australia. I think it's the right side of the vehicle. For us, it would be left side, for them, right side. So my handling is 1, so I get the benefit of that. I get to discard 1 card here, and I'm still carrying 3 momentum, and I have no more structure. My structure is 0 for the Falcon GT. So this is bad news bears. After subtracting structure, if there is momentum unaccounted for, glass shatters, metal bends, and the damage reaches the vehicle's cabin. The drivers and any passengers suffer 1 trauma each for each point of damage. 3 traumas. You can see where that would put you in a bad place. Your max is 5, so that's not fatal. They have a lower trauma capacity than you do, so this is quite bad news for them. Near total wipeout. So handling 1, so they bump, they hit, I don't know, mailbox or something, and then from there that knocks the driver unconscious, and they just spin out into the highway, colliding with vehicles in both lanes. So tires, hubcaps, engine parts, and they come to a rest. So you technically close the lead distance to 1. You win. The escape window, they have not got any farther away from you. You're just gaining on them. Your momentum here, same thing. Choose 1 card, put it in your momentum. These get discarded. If they didn't wipe, if they were still able to continue the pursuit, then we would play 1 more heat.
Okay.
Where you try to overtake them. In this case, they wrecked. And so now we will play the wreck. I'm very proud of the chase and wreck mechanics in the game. It was very hard to tune because it has to be less safe than driving. There have to be wrecks, and the wrecks have to be satisfying. And it still has to feel like you're a good driver and you're moving at speed. And then it's got to feel good. It's got to feel right and exciting when you go too far. So now we switch to a different mode in the game called an incident, a police incident. You imagine that, you're moving down the highway at speed. Do you have your flashers on, your sirens?
Sure.
Great. And and then you can just see the first hit thinking that they might get away, but then you see the carnage that ensues afterwards. And so let's get some, so there you go. We have the wreck. They hit a tractor, it comes to a stop as well, but tractor's got a structure of 6. No trouble for that. Even if he eats all of their momentum, it's still okay. So no wreck for them. But then, and then they smash into a bongo, wipe out a motorcycle, and a sundowner. Okay. I'm going to set up this incident for you. So now these cards come into play. I seeded these cards out here for a reason, to represent the suspect and the victim. And now I'm going to, as a director, I'm going to pull cards from the deck. I'm not going to draw randomly. Since we have an obvious situation here, I'm going to pull cards to represent these objects in the incident. So vehicles. Mm-hmm. These cards that represent the vehicles. And then this is going to represent the driver for that car. This is going to represent the driver of that car, the family. This is a family of 4 where there was no more. This will represent the driver of the tractor, and this will represent the driver of the bongo. Wow. Ladies all, you can interpret these cards in a number of ways. One, they're obstacles for you clearing this crime scene. This is essentially a crime scene. And so these are all things that you are going to have to deal with in order to clear the crime scene. In addition, the aces and faces are people. This is a woman of a saturnine disposition, right? This is an anxious woman. This is a violent woman or an angry woman. There are rubrics in the game to help you interpret the aces and faces as they come out. And this is a special one. That's one of your comrades in the force. Probationary officer on the way to the Hall of Justice. Okay. This is too much for any one officer to handle. Now, when you roll up to an incident, 2 things happen. First, you have your incident training cards, which are indicated at the top of your profile. So you can see the Highway Patrol has 4 cards indicated. So whenever you confront an incident, you start off with 4 cards. There are ways to get more cards. We'll go over that in a minute.
Do I draw them?
I have your cards ready. Okay. I'm holding on to them because the second thing is, as I mentioned, is the role-playing game part of it. You have to describe to me your approach. How do you approach the crime scene? So you're moving down the highway at speed, you see the wreck, you realize the pursuit is over. And so what does Torque Wrench do? Do you radio into Mother Hen?
No.
Do you ram them?
Emergency. I drive, I stop my car like 30 yards from the first crash and I block the road.
Okay.
And I get out of the car.
Great. Fantastic. So sounds like you're approaching this by the book.
Yes.
Great. The way you approach the scene determines what is called the decisive suit in the game. So there are two ways to clear any of these obstacles. One is by playing the suit of the card against any of the cards that you see here. And two, by playing the decisive suit onto the card. These are yours. You can look at them. You're going to tell me how you go about this. You have the suspect vehicle, the suspect and the victim here. The truck is damaged but not disabled. The other vehicles the other 4 vehicles are disabled. What you do is you describe your role-playing action. You describe how your character approaches this, and then you lay a card onto the obstacle or crime scene element that you wish to clear with that action. And your description should, be within the bounds of the card that you're playing. If you play a spades, it's something procedural. That could be administering first aid, arresting somebody, collecting evidence, or setting up traffic cones or flares, calling for backup, all those things. If you want to talk to somebody, talk them down, et cetera, or, canvas, community relations. If you go in cracking heads or shoving things around, or intimidating force, and pursuit, anything in relation to the vehicles.
Okay. All right. First, recognizing Proby on the scene, I direct him or her to.
They're injured. They were on a quokka that headed to work. They wiped out.
Okay, so everybody's crashed. Okay, then yes, go to him first in case the suspect is dangerous and armed. See if I can get backup, and he can handle part of the procedure.
Okay. So you're gonna.
So now I need.
You can play a procedure card or clubs onto the Proby.
Okay, so I can't beat an ace. Right?
Oh no. So it's very important here. Very important detail when dealing with the basic incident mechanics. You do not have to meet or exceed the value of the card. All you have to do is to play the suit of the card onto the crime scene element, suspect, or victim.
Now, if I don't have a club, but I have a spade, in this situation, I can play the spade?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep, that's the decisive suit.
Procedure that.
Beautiful. Okay, when you clear an obstacle, so you go over, administer first aid, get him back on his feet. When you clear an obstacle, we take the clearances and we put them in your logbook.
All right.
And you will write paperwork on them later.
I can't wait.
It's great. All right. Carry on.
All right. So I noticed that the trucker probably could pull away from the scene. And if this is any indication, he might be loaded with gasoline. So I'm going to have him move away from the... Go ahead and pull off.
To address her would be clubs or spades. To move the vehicle yourself would just be spades.
I don't have a club, so I'm going to play this.
Great. And you have her move the vehicle off.
Yeah.
Great. And then those go here.
Right.
Great.
Okay. I sense things will start to fall apart. So this is a flipped van?
Flipped bongo. Mayhem.
All right, flipped van.
Flipped Falcon GT.
Flipped Falcon GT. Officer's been handled. Crashed.
Sundowner. And
Sundowner.
family. That represents the family that was in the Sundowner.
Okay. Family. Gonna address the family first. Seem like they need the most help. Get everybody out, away from the potentially explosive vehicle.
So you roll the vehicle off. This addresses the 6 of diamonds represents the vehicle.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The queen, the face card represents the family. So in this case, you roll their vehicle off to the side of the road.
Okay.
You can see that they're knocked around and in bad shape in there. You might need to call an ambulance or something like that. Now, you may find yourself lacking in resources.
I am lacking in resources.
So, when you have reached your limit, you can do 2 things. You can let it all go to hell. You can stand in the middle of this chaos, think that you're not getting paid enough for this, light a cigarette, and just say, nuts. That has repercussions, obviously. Or if you want to give it another go, you can redouble your efforts and you eat a point of stress, right? You accumulate 1 stress, and then you draw a number of cards from the numbers deck equal to the decisive suit training. So in this case, you went in with procedure. Your approach was procedure, which created the decisive suit of spades. So you would get 2 cards from the numbers deck for 1 point of stress.
This sounds like the appropriate professional police thing to do. All right, so 2 cards. Interesting. And now I can continue this fun. What's this queen?
That is the victim, initial victim of the abduction.
The abductee.
If you look at her,
criminal?
They are both unconscious. They are both have lacerations from the glass and contusions from being knocked around in the cabin. There's a large green army duffel bag in the back seat of the GT, and they are both unconscious.
Okay, well, I remember what I'm here for, and I go to the aid of the abductee, and I have a heart.
Great. You manage to rouse her, help her from the vehicle. She's woozy and clearly needs a hospital.
Okay. All right, now I'm at a situation where I don't have any matching suits.
And no spades.
And no more spades.
You can redouble your efforts 1 more time, or you can let it go to hell.
Oh, okay, redouble my efforts. This is what you need to do. So I'm in the yellow. I still have no... I cannot follow suit. So I have 4 cards here with nothing to match.
Wow. And no spades.
No more spades.
So you have clubs and hearts in your hand?
Yep, clubs and hearts.
You want to let it go to hell?
Well, what are my choices?
Well, you can keep eating stress.
Oh, yeah, eat the stress. 1 more.
I love it. I love it.
This is how you do it.
Everything's going to be fine.
Okay. All right, so I just did the business of the call. I'm going to continue the business of the call. I have a diamond. I guess I'm going to cuff the corpse.
He's unconscious.
Yeah, I'm making sure that his regaining of conscious will not be a danger to me or anyone else.
Oh, man. He mutters under his breath. He looks like just an average middle-aged dude. Curly black hair.
It was just his day to kidnap a girl. Happens to all of us. Okay, so I will check out the family.
Great. Yeah, they are also in need of medical attention. You've done heroic work here.
I've done great. Now, at this point, I am a little stressed, and I feel like I've taken care of the low-hanging fruit of this incident, and I'm walking away.
All right, you got to say on nuts.
What? Ah, nuts.
You're going to 10-9. You're going to 10-9 it.
Need ambulance. Okay, got it. Mother hen, this is chains. 10-9 in H3.
10-13 chains. Ambo's on the way. 10-9 tow truck.
Yeah, 3 of them.
Acknowledged. Sounds like a rough one.
That's all right.
All right, great. So the cards that you do not play from an incident go to me, and they are added to the fucked up energy pile. These cards now, what happens to this vehicle? Unaddressed obstacle in the crime scene, added to fucked up energy. Same thing, the GT, added to fucked up energy. This woman, this anxious woman who's the driver of the bongo, who you were unable to attend to because you were just well past your limit, she gets added to a different pile. Aces and faces get added to the identity parade, which is Australian for a lineup. Essentially, it's a reincorporation mechanic, so you may see her again. The radio crackles. Chains, this is Mother Hen. 10S in progress, Sector CJ. This one's too close for comfort. Sector CJ, so you're in Sector H3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is outside of your response range. If we get a sector code that is more than 6, when we do a random code generation, right, we count the sectors between you two, and you will not be able to respond in time. These then go into what is known as the societal decay pile. So you're unable to respond, so society begins to fray a little bit. So you hear that come over the radio. You can ignore it while the tow truck shows up. The ambulances are coming. You're smoking a cigarette. Just north of Wee Jerusalem, we have a report of siege, nomad siege on village HK. You up, Chains?
Proceed to the next emergency.
Fantastic. Okay. So, suspect, male, nomad, victim. Ooh, who's that? Your aunt lives in Sector HK. And then let's put some nomads out. Represent the rider and the tough youths. Oh, we need one more. Awesome. All right. They've got a flamethrower, represented by the 5 of clubs. Suspect and victim and one other obstacle or element makes up the standard incident. But since you are farther away, you're 5 sectors away, you get an increased difficulty. Basically, things develop. Reinforcements show up, they have a flamethrower. Your aunt's village is under siege from this gang of nomad riders. How do you approach?
So this was called in as a siege.
Yeah.
So I'm going in hot.
Great.
I guess that's... Well, is procedure to go in hot?
No, force.
Okay, force.
Force is going in hot.
Force is going in hot. All right, so I'm playing clubs as a
decisive suit. You can clear any obstacle with the suit indicated or clubs. These ones are be tougher, right? You have to clear the 5 and king with clubs. There's a nomad gang in the center of the village blasting this flamethrower down Main Street. People are shuttered in their homes and freaking out, and they're making the townsfolk pay tribute, but the townsfolk are resisting, right? They're throwing stuff down at them. There's a couple gunshots, but they're terrified that they're going to turn that flamethrower on one of the buildings.
Okay.
Which they haven't done yet.
And this is the flamethrower?
This is one nomad rider with a makeshift flamethrower, right? It's like something, a trailer attached to a bike.
All right. I shoot it. Just make it clear that this is over.
You roll up on Main Street, get out of it, and they're like, it's the bronze, and you're just, pow.
Yep.
Fuck. All right. So flamethrower falls to the ground. The kid, the boy, right, scrambles for it to try to fetch it up, but this rider is down.
Okay. Kid scrambling for flamethrower. We'll allow that to play out. I'm going to quickly whisk my aunt away to safety.
All right. So yeah.
It's getting personal.
So in the pursuit special, you roll up to her door and you're like, yeah. All right. So as they're scrambling, you clear Auntie away.
Yep. Clear her away. I drop her at a safe distance. I wheel right around.
Okay. So yeah, they're pumping up the flamethrower and about to set fire to your house.
So I drive by and cap him.
Holy shit. Boom, he goes down. The lieutenant.
And then this is the one that...
This is the instigator, the leader, the nomad lieutenant.
Cuff him.
Oh! All right. Cleared.
What is that?
That's the flamethrower just sitting there.
Is it fucked up energy?
That will go to fucked up energy. You're going to let it go to hell?
Is there... What have I missed?
So if you want to try to...
not leave the flamethrower. No, we'll let it go to hell.
Fantastic. Yep, and goes to fucked up energy.
That was a lucky hand.
Awesome. So I think that is the end of the tour. We cut back to the Hall of Justice, where you're booking the lieutenant and you're writing paperwork He's screaming how much he's gonna get revenge on you for what you did to his crew. And yeah, and now you have to write the paperwork on what happened today. Crazy day. So the first thing that you're going to do at the end of your tour is you're going to take all the cards in your logbook and you're going to sort them by suit. Woo! Okay.
Pile of cards.
So now you're going to consult your training ratings. Your training ratings allow you to shrug off the stress of the day. So you can discard a number of cards equal to your training ratings in each suit. Paperwork done, you head home. And these cards that you have left in your hand represent potential stress and painful emotions. You need to figure out where you lay your head, who you lay down with, and most important, your ride. The life. Even for the dedicated officers of the SPG, there's more to life than the job. After a tour concludes, they return their vehicles to the SPG motor pool and head home or wherever they lay their heads. Stress carries over from the job to their life and manifests in their relationships. Life off of the job offers a chance to relieve stress so that they're ready for action when they're back on the job. At the conclusion of their first tour, each officer sorts out where they lay their head, their civilian ride, and who they lay down with. Flip that profile ticket over. Here's the other half of your life. First, choose where you live. Check one off from the list above.
I'm going to have a flat.
You have your flat. And then choose a sector. Where is that flat?
The shoreline area here, but not expensive enough to live on the beach. D10.
D10. All right. Near the warehouses north of Yorta Yorta.
Just put D10 here.
You can put D10 and any other details you want to write about your flat, not on the shore. You're going to choose your ride.
I can see the downside in some of these already.
No downside to the civilian ride.
Well, all right. I'm going to do a little character searching here. I drive all day and attract attention to myself by being a policeman. So this is out.
Bel Air's out. Okay.
This is silly.
What's silly about Bongo? It's delightful. Okay.
This is not my thing.
Not a motorcyclist. Okay.
Now, I do like whatever this El Camino thing is.
Utes. Yeah, they're Utes.
What? Two different Utes?
Two different. The beater, I believe the Australian is paddock basher, and then a Ute.
I think this one has the style points I'm looking for.
The XK sedan.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Old,
It says-
reliable,
says-
slow.
Yes. It says heistable, but also I'm not trouble.
Now, you're going to choose who you go home to. I invented your aunt for that encounter. You don't have to pick her.
All right. Let's avoid the lone wolf and cub thing. Let's avoid the odd couple. No cooter.
Wow, classic references here.
All right. I would guess. No.
Okay.
Too safe. It's got to be the Muse.
Gotta be the Muse.
It's got to be the Muse.
Okay. Type is Muse. And you're going to give her a name.
Veronica.
Veronica. That's a great name. Do you live together in D10?
Yeah.
Great. So I'm going to put her location as D10. And then you're going to make a note that Veronica's starting stress is 3 out of 6. So you can fill in 3 bubbles. And her trauma is 1 out of 3. At the end of each tour, the results of an officer's paperwork, as we determined, represents the toll of the job. These are painful, potentially stressful, or even traumatic emotions the officer carries home with them. During the life phase, each officer chooses to undertake one activity. So this is the life phase of the game, right? You're off the job. As they ride home from the Hall of Justice, the officer decides how they will deal with the day's stress. You have 3 choices. You can eat your stress. You can talk about your feelings or you can blow off steam. Blowing off steam and talking about feelings can help deal with the emotions, but they also have risks. The safest route is to silently eat stress. So eating stress indicates that you will take a number of stress equal to the number of cards that you have here. And if you exceed 9 stress, you become traumatized.
Okay.
So that might kill you.
So the stress is my own limitations here?
Yes, your officers have a max stress of 9.
Okay.
If you talk about your feelings, we use those cards instead as your emotions, and we try to use my cards to have a conversation about your feelings and what went on during the day. Or if you blow off steam, then you attempt to get rid of those cards in a little gambling game, trying not to push it too much,
Sure.
just enough.
Let's blow off some steam.
Okay, so instead of going home to Veronica, though, that means that you turn off where? You go drinking, gambling, doing something else.
Well, let's say gambling. There's a stop up in SA.
Narm, in Narm.
Yep. Where you can gamble in the back house.
Yeah, not too far from the Hall of Justice in Narm.
Yeah.
We use a mechanism similar to Pursuit, but in this case, it is called Gambling with the Devil. Take those cards and shuffle them up. Emotion cards, which are in your hand, become your draw deck. You also add a joker. Slip that in there. Now I combine the Identity Parade with Fucked Up Energy and the Joker to represent my draw deck for Gambling with the Devil. So this is the Devil's deck. You're trying to get rid of all of the cards in your draw deck by winning hands of 21.
Okay.
Now, of course, there is a wrinkle. So you're out gambling, but you've got migraines, you don't sleep great at night, you don't make the best decisions all the time when you're out. And we represent that by reducing your max hand size by your trauma. So in this case, you have suffered 1 trauma in the course of duty. So your max hand size is 20 when you're gambling with the devil.
Okay. So I don't want to go over 20.
Don't want to go over 20. To deal with the day's stress, after describing how they blow off steam and assembling their raw pile, the officer plays 21 against the director. Officer draws 1 card from their draw pile. Shuffle that up. Don't look at that.
Oh, okay. It's a blind.
Yeah.
It's a blind draw. Okay.
Blackjack.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then
Face down.
another one.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can
One up,
look.
one down.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you wish to hit?
No.
I'm staying. Joker's wild, by the way, and is
Okay.
any value 1 to 11.
Okay.
I'm staying. I have a 19.
I only have 17.
Ooh, okay. 17. All right, so I win this hand. That means that you will take a little stress. So you start losing, you sit down to gamble. It's not going well for you, but we'll see. We'll see.
Thoroughly.
All right, we'll play another hand.
Face up, face down.
Okay. I have to hit. Are you hitting?
I'll stay.
Okay. I have to hit one more time. What do you got?
Oh, nice hand. I stayed low.
Oh,
So that's going to be 11.
you saved an 11.
Well, I can't go to 21. I'll go over.
But you could have turned it on. All right.
I don't have a lot of low cards.
Well, okay. So second hand. So yeah, you start losing bad. All right. Another hand.
Stay.
Oh, shit. I accidentally looked at these cards. Here, pick one.
All right. You win.
Oh my God, you're losing the house. Wow, what are you're okay? High low
High low.
now because I only have 1 card. You win. first we need to establish night starts off bad for you. Are you drinking as you're going? Or are you just doubling down?
Well, let's, I have one drink and light a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just kind of smolder with it as my luck runs out one at a time. I don't get all wasted.
Okay.
But I get more angry.
Okay. So you lose deep into the night and you're going to recover a little bit, but not enough. These all are stress. Each of these hands is +1 stress. However, so that's 3 + 3 stress. However, you won with an ace here. So that is -2 stress. It will net you +1 stress here. Not bad, not bad. However, you have a hangover. How do I know that? Because you have cards left of stress and emotions, and I have none, right? I'm out of fucked up energy and identity parade, everything.
Okay.
Like, people were betting their revolvers and rides and all sorts of shit. If the officer has cards remaining in their draw pile and the director has none, they suffer a hangover. The officer flips their remaining cards face up and sorts them in the following order: jokers, aces, faces, numbers.
Aces, jokers, faces, numbers.
Holy shit. All right. If the hangover cards include a joker, this indicates the officer initiates an exceptionally wild night. The officer selects a piss up, and that takes precedence. So piss up is Australian for a party that has gone too far. So in this case, since the joker is wild, you can choose your piss up. The choices are hard times, gambling's for fools, two-lane black top, or wake in fright. So hard times, you get into a brawl or violent confrontation, which will rely on your force rating. Gambling's for fools, you will play another round of 21. Now we will bet your home or weapon or ride. Two-lane black top, you get into a drag race with teenagers using your civilian ride. And wake in fright, you wake up in a strange bed alone.
Well, the right answer in this context is two-lane blacktop.
All right, so you, against your better judgment, we're going to do a pursuit hand with the XK sedan. Which
forgot where I was.
Yep. I will draw randomly to see what these fools are riding. Not a tractor, so no ambulance, semi-truck.
Actual drag raceable material.
Yeah. Just... Oh, it's another Falcon GT. These things are all over the streets. These go back to you, except for the Joker, which comes to me because you played it. This is the Devil's card.
Wait, that's the Joker? This is Joker.
Oh, shit. Sorry, J. I saw J. Thank you. The director takes the officer's ace or Joker, whatever got you into the piss up, as their face-up card and draws a second card from the numbers deck.
All right. So 1 up, 1 down.
So you have to beat me without going over 14.
Oh. Dear. All right, I'll say. So you win because you can do any number you want.
No, 13.
Oh, 13.
A maximum number.
Okay, I got 12.
Oh! So, you lose your civilian ride in a drag race with teenagers.
Oh, jeez.
You have to call Veronica for a ride home, which increases her stress by 1. It's a rough night. Does not go your way. Cannot get a break. Just when you thought it was all over. If you had won that, you would have reduced your total stress by your pursuit rating, right? The smell of victory would have given you -3 stress because your pursuit training is 3. Instead, You keep that stress and you lose your civilian ride. Fucking punks. Don't they know who you are? So on the silent ride home as she picks you up from your night of debauchery, or maybe the next morning when you're headed to work, where she's also driving you to work, you hear news on the radio. You're going to pick one card. You're going to look at it.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me what it is.
It is a 7 of clubs.
Then the news that's all over the radio is how inflation is skyrocketing across the country. And this will have the effect of increasing Veronica's stress. Technically in the future, but now is fine for the purposes of the demo, it would be by 2 for stress.
So she is at 6.
6 out of 6. So she's maxed out. If she takes any more stress, she will start suffering trauma without reducing it. Now, how would you reduce her stress? Go home and talk to her. Go like at the end of your next tour, you would go home and try to talk about your feelings, and that can reduce both of your stress.
Okay.
Yeah, going out drinking and forcing her to pick you up because you lost her.
Doesn't help her stress.
No. And then these events, so these cards, all the sector codes and incident codes that you encounter during the day go into the societal decay pile. And then we draw one to see what the effect is. Sector C7, there's a filling station there. So maybe they're talking about gas prices going up and how this is going to drive up the cost of everything from eggs to petrol, et cetera, et cetera. That's it. That is the end of a run of Interceptor. Dude, like every time I play this, I am like surprised and delighted. It's got a predictable range of results in here, but then it has room to like go outside of them and break that frame a little bit. The way your blowing off steam went was different than all the others, even though it used the same procedure. Like that is a good sign. Hold on.
Less tapping.
Yeah.